Hello, good morning. Part two of my Trump versus Trump versus Kamala Harris. My finishing thoughts. My first video was it ended. But anyhow, just to finish my thought on the 2024 presidential election is that it doesn't matter who wins the election, Kamala or Trump. America's just going to get worse overall. The economy, the quality of life, and it doesn't matter who's going to get elected. Things are just going to get worse because we're worried about migrants eating cats and illegal immigration and coronavirus, and we're worried about the eclipse, and we're worried about all this stuff that really doesn't matter. We're not focused on public education, redoing all the public education, the whole public education system, redoing it, redoing the whole healthcare system, redoing the whole justice system. The whole all the systems need an overhaul. And if the only thing if the only thing the American people is focusing on is the migrant cat situation or this other, frivolous matters, things is just gonna keep getting worse. Doesn't matter who the presidential, who gets elected. Nothing's gonna get better, and and I'm just gonna be, I like to be patient and let time pass and wait till this time next year. And then all the people who was like Trump, 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 people say they've been loving Trump now for 5 years. And so I'm hoping Trump gets elected just so all the Trump people could, when I could be like, oh, gas prices is $4, a bag of apples is $6. Oh, I thought Trump was gonna save us. Now look, everything's so worse because just common sense and logical thinking will tell you that our economy is screwed. It's not going to get better. We're so far in debt. American government is so far in debt. They printed so much money in the last few years that our money's worthless. The minimum wage is so high. It's a real joke. Uh, the economy. And so for that to get better, for the quality of life to get better in America, um, it would just have to be a complete overhaul. And just by saying dumb things, drill baby drill, oh, that's gonna solve all our problems. The oil, we're gonna drill all this oil and magically gas is gonna be $1 a gallon. That's just not how it works. And oh, Trump's gonna create all these jobs. That's just not how it works. It don't work like that. Artificial intelligence, computer technology is rendering majority of Americans is going to be unemployed. I would say within the next 10 years, I would say up to 90% of Americans, and it'd be hard to get a job because the way computers is progressing, in which I study computer science at the University of Illinois at Springfield for my master's degree, which I did complete, but I went for a year. Anyhow, so but you can see how much is advanced and technology doubles every 18 months. And so anyhow, and they already got places, overseas, China and everything, where you walk into McDonald's or a restaurant, they have not one employee in the whole restaurant. You go in there, it does the computer does it, scans your face. They recognize who you are. They come up with your last thing that you have from the restaurant, and if you want that, then you just wave at it. If you want that order, or you want to change it up, you can change it, and then to pay for it, you just give them a thumbs up, and it automatically comes out of your bank account. Without you swiping any cards, you talking to anybody, and then your food comes out of a little dispenser, your cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke. Boom, they kick it right out for you. And so that's how the restaurants are going to be. The grocery stores are going to be like that. Truck drivers are going to be done automatically. Food delivery. So pretty much, I would say the majority of jobs in America within the next 10 years is going to be gone. And so that's gonna put a lot of people that's gonna be dependent on the welfare system and the government and Bill Gates to take care of them. But however, they are already $900 trillion in debt. So you're dependent on a person that's in debt to take care of you. It's just not gonna happen. And that's a good reason why I believe the state of America is in the state we are in, is because they can't have the population it keep decreasing. So I think the coronavirus vaccinations may perhaps cause people to be sterilized and unable to reproduce, and also people who got the vaccinations, I believe it's, people said how it's caused blood clots, cancer. And so I think if you took the vaccinations, that was a way for them to do the population control. Which, I mean, honestly, if you're just gonna put blind faith into the government, uh, it's probably gonna be consequences to that, because did people like that, wrong over and over again. The Tuskegee experiment that they did, and they done other things, you know, um, that hasn't been, that's went against human rights. So then when you got people, that's like trusting your kids with a serial child molester, and this person molested a bunch of kids, but you're still gonna leave your kids there with them. And then when your kids get molested, you're like, oh well, how'd that happen? But then you trust the government to put this chemicals in your body. You don't know what the heck they are, and then you're like, oh damn, I got some bad adverse effects. But then you're like, damn, why did I trust this person in the first place? You know what I mean? So, but I think a lot of that has to do with population control. And so I think that's the big political agenda on both parties, for Trump, Kamala Harris. I think they're both of them, or, they're just pawns in the game. And if most people realize, understand, that they're kind of like puppets. They ain't got no real power. So I don't know why we're getting so fanatical over who the president is, because it really don't matter. It don't really gonna change anything. Nothing's gonna get better. So I don't know why people put so much. I guess it's just something to do. A society, it releases endorphins. So I understand that. But so, anyways, that's my 2 cents on the Trump and Kamala Harris election. It's gonna be interesting. I watched all the debates. That's a real circus. I mean, they're not, both of them just putting each other down, saying this one ain't got a plan. Then the other one say this one ain't got a plan. And then they're like, oh, if Trump gets elected, he's gonna put these tariff bans on China importing, and then it's gonna make our consumer goods go up 500% on top of, they already went up 200% since 2019. So, after the presidential election, Trump gets elected, Kamala gets elected, I'm looking for things to get way worse than they already are now. Especially with the economy. I see the economy just really just bottoming out with the inflation. And so it's just going to be interesting to see what transpires, what takes place, and the future